Welcome to the SADF podcast. Today, we turn our focus to one of the most pressing issues in Bangladesh, the growing hostility and discrimination faced by the religious and ethnic minorities, especially Ahmadiyya Muslim community. As the country heads towards its next national election, political rhetoric and extremist narratives have intensified, putting religious minorities at unprecedented risk. Joining us is Ahmed Tabsir Chowdhury, the spokesperson of the Ahmadiyya community in Bangladesh, who has been a steadfast voice for peace and coexistence. He appeared on our podcast earlier, and today we revisit this conversation in light of recent threats and the alarming rise of hate speech targeting his community. Stay with us as we explore what these developments mean for democracy, human rights, and the future of pluralism in Bangladesh. So, Mr. Tafsir, how are you doing?
Thank you very
Right. How would you describe the current situation? Let me put it to our audience first that you know that there is a plan or a declared national election which is going to be held in on February 2026. However, the chairperson of Bangladesh Nationalist Party, Begum Khaleda Zia, who was a former prime minister of Bangladesh, she has passed away. Our prime minister Sheikh Hasina, she has been ousted in 2024 by a color revolution. So in this situation, we in our earlier podcast, we had Mr. Tafsir, who said that after the fall of Hasina government on 5th of August 2024, how his community was attacked, especially the villages in Panchakar and their main office, and how actually we even discussed the historical aspect of hate and discrimination against Ahmadiyya community in Bangladesh, where we also discussed the nature of its this historical hatred and discrimination ranging from British era, from Pakistan to Bangladesh, and how is the situation in South Asia as well. So, given this current situation, Mr. Tafsir, how would you describe the current situation of the Ahmadiyya community in Bangladesh as the country approaches the 2026 national election?
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to declare that or to clarify that Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat is not a political organization, and we don't have any political affiliation with any of the community or any of the parties. However, we were attacked after the change of the government. Some are saying that regarding like Hindus were attacked, it was saying that since they were the vote bank. So-called, I am not agreeing with that, but some of the present regime, they're saying that due to the political reason they were attacked. But for Ahmadis, it doesn't have any reason because that was only the religious reason or the fundamentalists or the radicals, they attacked Ahmadis. Same, they persist. And as we know all that after the change of the government, that a lot of radical leaders who were in jail, they were released. They were sentenced by court. It was through court verdict they were in jail, but I don't know how they were released, and there is no clear statement
Judicial
or
explanation.
right. So they are still exist. Even recently, we have seen after the killing of
Hadi, yes.
Hadi. Hadi's after Hadi's killing, we saw them. They are in the really exist in Shahbag. Some of them were present there. So this means they are moving around. The later one was arrested, so far I know, but still there are a lot of extremists moving around in Bangladesh. So the situation for Ahmadis definitely it is alarming,
Mhm.
and keeping in view the election. Till now, we have seen that there is no direct threat at this moment for Ahmadis regarding the election issue. But recently, there was a ra- big rally held in Dhaka that was organized by Khatmi Nabuwat. That was on 15th of
November.
November. And in that, from that conference or rally, they have made one of the points that all the parties must have their election manifesto that they will declare Ahmadis non-Muslim if they come to the power. There is their demand. all parties must keep this in their election manifesto. However, so far we understand that at this moment the parties are moving very carefully for various reasons, and we are worried about the situation, what is going to take place in future.
Right. So let me ask you this question, that if I quote to our distinguished listeners and viewers, that look at the terms they have used on 15th of November, right? One of their leaders, Mr. Salahuddin Ahmed, he just dehumanized Ahmadiyya community by saying openly, even I doubt whether he knows about Ahmadiyya community's religious views or not. He just said they are not Muslims because they do not follow or abide by Allah Rasul and things. And he declared that Bangladesh Nationalist Party agrees or admits with this position. And in the presence of a huge crowd, he declared that they will discuss about the rights of Qadianis in the parliament and they will declare them non-Muslims. That is what they declared. So if they declare Ahmadiyya Muslim community as non-Muslims, what is the effect of it?
Before that, I need some clarification. So
Please.
far, I heard Mr. Salahuddin's speech, what he gave. So he didn't directly say anything about that. I mean, he said that the organizers, they were asking to speak clearly about their views, but he said
Right.
that it's very.
I'm reading from this newspaper called Qaumi Konto, or the voice of Qaumi people. So I have opened a couple of screens in front of me. Even the Daily Kalbala has quoted him that he said that. So
He
I
said
mean,
that
I have a,
it's a legally. He said it's a legal issue,
yeah,
and we have to discuss in the parliament. He tactfully avoided direct comment, and he said that it is a
but
legal
whatever
issue.
he said in front of the crowd, it was he
Yeah.
said that if Bangladesh Nationalist Party goes to power, they will definitely declare. That's, I mean, whether he said or not, let put
No,
us that.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't hear that. I didn't because I heard his speech
But
live.
as I said, that I'm commenting from the newspaper. So what would be the effect of this? That if you are declared non-Muslims,
Definitely, I'm coming to that. Before that, I would like to mention another thing.
please.
In 2004, when BNP was in power,
Right.
at that time Maulvi Azizul Haq, the father of
Mm-hmm.
the Mamunul Haq,
Mm-hmm.
he asked Begum Khaleda Zia regarding the declaring Ahmad is non-Muslim. At
Mm-hmm.
that time, Khaleda Begum Khaleda Zia, that it's not our issue
Mm-hmm.
because we have to look forward and we cannot deal with this religious issue.
Right.
And world is progressing. We have to progress with the world,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an international issue. If we do something,
Mm-hmm.
our country will face problem with international community. I am not interested to talk on this issue. That was something like that she said,
Right.
Begum Khalida Zia. So if God forbid, if something happens like that, if someone, but before that, one thing that Jamaat Islam is clearly said, they want to declare Ahmad is non-Muslim.
I was just coming to that as well. I mean, that was my next question as well. That
So
so I put it together as
we don't, yeah,
that Jamaat has also mentioned the same, that if they go to
yeah, right.
power, they will declare Ahmadiyya as
Jamaat,
non-Muslim.
yeah,
So what
Jamaat
is the effect of it? Yes.
effect, the Bhutto was a secular person in Pakistan. We know him,
Hmm.
and his personal life was totally, if we consider in light of Islam,
You mean
he
Bhutto in
doesn't
Pakistan?
in Pakistan. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto in Pakistan.
Right.
He declared Ahmadi non-Muslim just to get support from the mullahs,
Hmm.
from the religious groups.
Right.
It is very unfortunate, but nobody could think that a person like Bhutto will do this, but he did it.
Hmm.
And such situation put Pakistan gradually to become a failed country or ruined country. We see the condition of Pakistan. That was started from the beginning of the Bhutto. After declaring Ahmad is not Muslim, the fanatic group or the religious Maulavi, they become very powerful. And one thing I would like to mention that while before declaring Ahmad is not Muslim, it's a statement after declaration of Ahmadis. It is around 15, 20 days after the declaration of Ahmadis that Maulavis of Pakistan, they again went against Bhutto. Although they said that if you declare Qadianis, according to their word, Ahmadis, Qadianis you declare non-Muslim, will support you. Even Mr. Hanif Rame, the Chief Minister of Punjab,
Okay.
he told that this Maulavis said that if you declare Ahmadis non-Muslim, Qadianis non-Muslim, then we'll polish your shoes by our beards. Very unfortunate statement, but it was given by the Hanif Rami. It came into the Pakistan Times. We have the copy of that. So it is very difficult to believe these religious or political religious people. Good to suffer for this, and country suffered. In Bangladesh, which party like BNP, we believe it's a moderate and liberal party. There are a lot of people in BNP who are secular and moderate. So we believe that they will not make such blunder. However, if something goes wrong, definitely it will be unfortunate, not only for Ahmadis, but for the whole country, because the whole country will become a extremist country at this time if it happens. Because Ahmadis cannot be abolished from Bangladesh because Pakistan could not abolish Ahmadiyyas. There are hundreds and thousands of Ahmadis in Pakistan still they are living. Yes, they are facing persecution, but they could not destroy the Ahmadis. And Ahmadis is spread all over the world. So it's not a country issue, but it will be a problem for the Bangladesh if Bangladesh makes such decision of declaring Ahmadis non-Muslim. It will be, I should say, suicidal decision for the Bangladesh.
So you said that certain terrorists are already released by the present government, and these terrorists belong to the extremist group of like Jamaat, like Hizbut Tahrir, Hefazat, and things like that. They belong to that.
Right. JB.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people believe that, a lot of political commentators, they believe that they are actually controlling the current government. Like they have a good stake, because whenever there is a mob attack, there is no repercussion. If a person is like, a few days ago, there is this Hindu boy who was killed, Dipu Dash. He was killed by a mob, and then the mob burned him on an allegation which was unfounded, but he was killed nevertheless. Now there is certain arrests just to show off to the people, but every single face was identifiable. And with certainty we can say that if we go through, we will find out certain anti-state elements or terrorist elements present there, which was not arrested by this government. This is happening in the case of Daily Star and Pratham Alo, when these two newspapers were burned as well. So certain political commentators are saying that the terrorist or extreme elements of Jamaat Islami, JMB, Harkatul Jihad, and other political parties, Hizbut Tahrir, they are actually controlling the government. So do you think that this can have certain amount of threat and risk towards the community if this kind of combination forms the next government as well? What do you think?
Yes, as you said, if it is not controlled by them, but definitely they have an influence.
Right.
They have an influence. And so it is definitely a matter of concern. So we hope that if the election is going to take place in free and fair situation, which there are lots of doubts, have doubts. But if this can be a free and fair election and a liberal group can come to the power, I hope the situation will improve. But we can hope for the best. That I can say.
Okay, so due to this influence, what is the role of Human Rights Commission about the religious minorities and ethnic minorities in Bangladesh over this last
Unfortunately, we have seen any statement even from the Bangladesh, the Human Rights Committee of Bangladesh,
Human Rights
the
Commission? Yeah.
Human Rights Commission of Bangladesh. We haven't seen any statement. Even we don't know who is the chairman of this organization. Earlier it was visible, but now we don't see. And that we don't find any statement or anything from that organization. So whether it is exist at all, or we don't know.
Bangladesh Hindu Buddhist Christian Unity Council, they are demanding for a national minority rights commission. They have also demanded that there is a separate ministry for minority affairs, and they are pressing for the enactment of two laws, that one is Minority Protection Act and another one is actually anti-discrimination law. So do you think that these should be included in the manifesto of the political parties who are contesting in the next election? And number two, that do you think that if these legal protections are introduced, they will provide any protection to the religious and ethnic minorities of Bangladesh?
I personally, I don't think that it will safeguard the minorities. First of all, if we consider ourselves minority, then we are brought down to the extremists. We must fight together that Bangladesh is a secular country. Bangladesh was created in the name of secularism, a religious harmony. From the religious point of view, there is no minority in
I mean,
Bangladesh.
from the constitutional point of view, there should be no minority.
But there should be no minorities. And I think we all fight for this. But our brothers from Hindu, Buddha, Christian Unity Forum or Eko Parishad, they are trying for this. But our experience from Pakistan, we see that it doesn't work. Ahmadis were declared non-Muslim in 1974. Ahmadis were barred from using Islamic terminology in 1984 by Ziaul Haq. But still, there are almost every week there are attacks on Ahmadis, killing, destroying the mosque. They don't say mosque; they say religious place of worship, whatever may be. So, but they are doing it. So we don't find any protection with that law. I think if you want to protect your people, then Article 41 of Bangladesh Constitution is enough. But so only the creation of law or creating a minority council or something like that, I don't think it will work.
Not even, yeah, not even the laws that they
Not
are.
in laws.
Okay.
Yes, not even laws. Because if it is not effective, then just written document doesn't have any impact, I should say. And our Pakistan experience is like that.
Right. Now, moving forward again to this election and the political situation surrounding this, because in Bangladesh constitution it is said, even though we have a state religion in Article 12, that no political party should use religion to do politics. Crunch of the problem is that Article 12 is not enforceable in the court, right? It's just a fundamental principle of state policy. This is not fundamental right. So how do you think that we should get into the secular practices? What should the political parties do to avoid hate, avoid creating hatred towards other communities?
Same thing against the use of religion against any community. The government must, whoever in government, they must be strict about this. There are lots of hate campaigns going on the social media.
Mhm.
There are 2, 3 Maulvis I can name.
Please do so.
Abbasi, one is Inayatullah Abbasi. He even the last conference of 15th November,
Mhm.
he said that Ahmadis should be killed according to their Islamic law. It's not actual law, but according to what they interpret, what they preach, they say Ahmadis should be killed. In another program also, he said that Ahmadis should be beheaded.
Mhm.
Even the Mamunul Haq, he also said same thing. So they are openly saying this, but there is no action against them. They are moving around. They are saying they are continuing their hate speech, whatever they like.
Mhm.
Even they are propagating false allegations against Ahmadis. Like they say that we don't believe it in Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It is totally right. We definitely believe. We
Mhm.
are followers of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We have the same Quran.
Mhm.
Our kalima is La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. We 5 times we offer our prayers towards the Qibla, the Makkah.
Mhm.
So, and according to the Rasul Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, nobody can declare anybody an Muslim. This is a fundamental thing of Islam. But they are creating their own law in the name of Islam.
So,
So,
yeah, what kind of change these political parties should do so that they don't create any more hate contents or they do not support?
yeah, I think they should have policy that they will not interfere in religious issues. But unfortunately, I don't think it is possible at this moment because
Oh, yeah.
others like
You are talking about policies. So if you can spell one or two terms and conditions for the policy as well, because so that, for anyone who wants to advocate for this, they will find it quite essential when they are having this discussion with the political parties. So if you kindly suggest certain provisions or certain terms and conditions that should be included in their political.
if we look at the Medina Charter,
Mhm.
that is our model.
Right.
There was that is said that the Christians, the Yehudis, the other religious people, and Muslims, they all are ummat wahida.
Mhm.
The word used in ummat, they are one, one, one nation. They are one nation. So basically, we are forgetting that when we go for the no, Islam is our state religion. Declaring Islam is a state religion is un-Islamic. There was no Islamic state religion during the Prophet Muhammad Islam or the Khulafa.
Mhm.
So they have these are only political issues. They have just to gain the political right. Irshad did it to get the political support from some corner.
Mhm.
So Islam doesn't support any such thing. According to Islam, religion is personal, and state doesn't have any direct interference or doesn't have anything to do with any particular religion. Medina Charter is there. So if we follow that, I think that should be good enough for the political parties. Other than this, there is said that like Rafid did, there is no compulsion in religion, and lakum dinukum waliyadin. Your religion you follow, I follow my religion. So these are a lot of things are in Islam. Just you have to interpret according to that. If this is for even there are in Quran is said that this is a I can't recall the Arabic word, but it said that it's a order from your God, from your Allah. Whoever likes can accept it. Whoever likes it can reject it. You have got a lot of liberty to. So unfortunately, the Islamic political parties they have opened this Pandora box using religion
Mhm.
for their own interests. And other political parties, they are not people. They think that if they go against that, then they will be branded as non-Islamic. Like Awami also have the same problem. Sometimes we saw that they were very much eager to prove themselves. There is Islamic, there is not anti-Islamic. So BNP also may think in that way. People should follow the Medina Charter, I should say. And that should be the base of all the political parties if they really want the betterment of the country and keep the unity of the country.
Now we are moving towards the human rights and international advocacy part. Do you feel the international community is doing enough to address the persecution of Ahmadiyyas in Bangladesh?
Time to time, not on regular basis, but time to time they issue a statement. Maybe sometimes we don't know actually, but what we understand that they might have talked to the government also. We found this in some cases.
Mhm.
And since the Ahmadiyya Muslim community is an international community, by that time we also have good connections with various international human rights organizations. So we have an international human rights desk in London also. The Ahmadiyya community, we have a central international human rights desk. So they also work for this, and they have connections with all the human rights organizations. So I think they are aware and they are concerned. That
Now,
I can say.
regarding vision and hope, because we have to hope to live. Do you see any development when you talk with your community people? Do you see any development in the scale of fear they faced on 5th of August 2024 and now? Do you see that they feel more confident now, or they are still in the
No,
same level of fear?
not only say that. I should say they are more worried.
Okay.
Anytime anything can happen.
Hmm.
Till now we are safe. We are grateful to Almighty God that we are still safe in many cases, in many instances. However, particularly in a village or rural area, people are facing more
Challenges.
threats and challenge.
I guess you are saying that because the law and order situation in Bangladesh is totally broken at this moment. There is no police force because police cannot do anything to stop a mob when a mob attacks. So, despite these challenges, what gives you hope for the future of religious freedom in Bangladesh?
It is very difficult. It's very difficult to say. We have to wait if there is an election, proper election.
Right? What do you mean by proper election? You are suggesting an inclusive election with all the political parties, including Awami League?
I cannot. It's difficult for me to make a statement on this, but I can say proper election and proper. That is
Inclusive? Do you want it to be
it should
inclusive?
be. Yeah, inclusive should be because people should get the opportunity to decide who
Right.
will rule the country. So I think that is the issue.
That is the
One
issue.
thing one thing I would like to mention that regarding police support. Yes, sometimes we get police support. Even we get some army support also. In some
Mhm.
cases, we have found that when we inform that we got support from police. If not police, we got support from the army. We couldn't hold our annual convention in Panchgarh. We had to do it in Dhaka within our small premises in our national headquarters. And in six other places, it was virtually connected there. Where initially we had plan of connecting 12 centers all over the Bangladesh. It is just like they will be connected through through virtually they will be connected and they will listen our annual convention. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that. Only six places we could do. So this time also, we hope that we will we are planning to, if we can, the situation allows us, then we may hold our annual convention, but it will be also in a small scale. So this challenge is there. We cannot do it openly. We cannot do it as as we like. So there are lots of restrictions still there. The reason is that we are told that the situation is not um, still it's lots of challenges are there. We don't have proper uh, strength of from police or from other organizations. So okay, so we also agree. Okay, we will not put the government in false position or in a challenge. So we'll obey to the law and what the government says. So this is something still there. We are not free to propagate or to practice our faith.
Absolutely, because not only freedom of religion, but also freedom of expression is limited right now in Bangladesh. So that brings us to the last question, actually, because again, I'm saying that because there is an election, that if you could speak directly to the political leaders today, what would you urge them to do? What would be your plea to the political leaders?
Their policy should be only for the welfare of the country, welfare of people, and refrain from the political issue because political issue never brings any positive result. They should concentrate on the development. They should consider the development of the country, economic development, social development, and they should go for a social harmony. They should go for social harmony. If we don't have these things, then it will be another challenge, and like it will go to become another Pakistan. So this is something I should say that the people, if they really wants to be a patriot, if they have the patriotism in them, then they must refrain from this communal issue, and they must go look forward for the betterment of the country in respect of economic development, social development, and other issues, and bringing the social harmony and unity of the people.
Thank you. That brings us to the end of today's episode. A heartfelt thank you to Ahmed Tabsir Chowdhury for sharing his insights and experiences during these challenging times. The situation of the Ahmadiyya community is not just a minority issue, it is a test of Bangladesh's commitment to equality, justice, and human dignity. Mr. Tapsir already told us that a terrorist faction of the extreme right political groups are influencing the policy of the government. And for that reason, the mob justice has become the only justice in the country, which has aggravated the lack of confidence of Ahmadiyya community on the legal situation in Bangladesh, that whether they will receive protection during this election or not. And also Mr. Tafsir has pleaded or urged the political leaders so that they can include in their manifesto that there will be no hate campaign against the minorities of Bangladesh, especially the Ahmadiyya community. As the election approaches, we urge our listeners to stay informed, speak out against hate, and support efforts to protect vulnerable communities. For more discussions on peace building and minority rights in South Asia, subscribe to the SADF podcast and follow us on our social channels. Until next time, stay engaged and keep advocating for a world where diversity is celebrated, not persecuted.
Thank you.